Good morning to everyone and welcome to Mumbai and to be part of our Voyage journey. Let me begin with a small quote which I shared with all my colleagues every day morning to start the day. Beginning is not only a kind of action, it is also a frame of mind, a kind of work, an attitude, a consciousness. That's why we are is beginning the day today with the full consciousness that we need to build as an equity as an asset class in the industry together along with Balasubramanian MC. First of all, on behalf of our team and myself, sincere thanks to each one of you for making yourself available for our equity conclave immediately after the Holy Festival. It's a long weekend, but despite that, all of you have come here. We as an AMC have been engaging with you multiple ways around the year. However, our dream to invite all of you, key influencers across India, to Mumbai for our first equity conclave has come truly only today. It had to happen today after the Holi, so it's happening today. It looks like it had to coincide with the color of Holi, which is an opportunity to forget all differences and have fun. It's also considered to be Thanksgiving to Almighty for all the good harvest and for all the success that we have brought in our life. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank each one of you for all the support that you have given us so far. Also, Michami Tugudam, for all the mistakes what you have made and sin what you have done by our AMC as well as all my people and would have probably done in the past. We have in this room more than 400 people coming from 52 locations across India. I am told the aggregate AUM managed by this audience represents more than 60% of the industry in equity assets under management and more than 70% of assets under management is coming from including fixed income assets class. We at Balasubramanian AMC proud of your contribution and your achievement so far and look forward to working with you all in the coming year in making this journey a more success. We believe we are at an inflection point when all of us wonder actually why today, but we believe that we are at an inflection point as an economy as well as an industry. From here on, the growth momentum could be exponentially high with the potential outcome in the election, which is scheduled for May, really favorable. I am told overseas investors are keener in investing in India and their confidence goes up if they compare India versus China. That is why we felt that there is a desperate need to look at the journey of equity investing as a concept, and we felt it is our duty to organize today's conclave in this journey. Today's conference has got good lineup of BSL team showcasing their strength in equity, equity fund management and capability and their outlook going forward. We also have eminent influencers of Indian equity market among us in boosting our confidence further. Let me now give in the next few minutes some of our achievements so far at Balasubramanian AMC. We have been consistently improving our overall assets under management in the last 5 years, and now we have reached number 4 position in the mutual fund industry. During the last 5 years, overall economic environment has been very challenging, as you're all well aware. We stepped up our focus in building size through right asset class and at the same time expand our business. We would not have reached the number 4 position in the mutual fund industry, but for our continuous effort in growing our fixed income assets, especially when equity assets were falling. My colleagues say our fixed income, Manish Dangi, and the team remained highly focused and committed in building fixed income as an asset class during this period with lots of determination. As a result of this focused approach, we achieved multiple purposes during this period. As a result, of course, we could expand our base through the launch of Dynamic Bond Fund, which all of you are aware, the Dynamic Bond Fund is one of the largest funds in the country in the fixed income asset class. And second, we could work with the distributors like you very closely in expanding our retail base. From rupees 20,000 crores in the year FY 2009, today we have about 36,000 crores of assets in the year of 2014. Third, we could continuously innovate product ideas in spotting opportunities such as accrual funds and thus help us maintain our AUM growth. Well, it has been a tough operating environment with the multiple rounds of rising rate cycle. We managed to deliver consistent investment performance through a strong, research-driven, proactive investment style adopted by our fixed income team. Simultaneously, our efforts to build equity 2 yielded good result in returning our equity assets. The beauty is we didn't lose much assets during the period of In a volatile equity market, surrounded by degrowing economic variables, we decided to focus on strengthening the team, process, and product performance. Our focus to build consistent performance without getting worried about the degrowing economic growth resulted in decent performance coming out of all our equity schemes. I'm happy to say in the large cap category, Balasubramanian equity has delivered consistent return over a long period of time vis-a-vis some of the few large funds in the industry. In the multi-cap category in the same way, our funds have delivered above average return, not only beating the benchmark, even beating the peer average. Well, this is the case with the diversified equity fund. Some of our well-known but small in size funds, such as Balasubramanian 95, Birla Gen Next, Birla MNC Fund, and Birla Infrastructure Fund, have delivered pretty decent return across all periods. If you look at the chart, Infrastructure Fund is the only fund which is actually in the positive territory in the last 2 years, which nothing but reflects that our team has picked the right stocks in the portfolio. I'm happy to inform you that the ability of the team led by Mahesh Patil, whom you all will hear in another half an hour time, in identifying potential winners resulted in delivering this performance. Having said so, I must also mention that the team is humble and I have an open mind to innovate continuously in order to remain on top of the job. One such initiative we introduced was our analyst-driven fund, that is Birla Sun Life Long-Term Advantage Fund. This fund too has beaten the benchmark by decent 2 to 3% post-expenses to the respective benchmark. With all these sincere efforts, we moved up in the equity ranking in the industry from number 8 to number 7 position. You're all well aware that we were at one point of time known as a strong equity fund house in the early 90s, which we believe will be able to capture the position with the step-by-step approach what we are currently taking. Having moved to number 7 position in the equity category, we are also at a striking distance to number 5 with a gap of roughly about 2,500 crores, which is what our endeavor actually to build an equity asset class as we move forward. I am sure our continuous effort to build equity and your confidence on us will take us to that position sooner than later. And believe me, our confidence and collective commitment is very high. In this journey of growing our equity book, with your help, also two of my colleagues, which is Deepak Gupta, who is the co-head sales, and Siddharth Damani, the co-head sales for driving the entire equity assets and retail assets, they are there with me in this journey. While this is the story so far in building our domestic equity assets under management, purely on the basis of 4 factors, that is the people, how long they have been managing the money within the AMC, the process, which helps actually in delivering a better performance, and the product that actually suits the customer need, and finally, of course, the performance, which is not the least, the beating the benchmark consistently across the maximum number of periods. We managed to win 2 equity mandates, one from the largest sovereign funds overseas and one from pension fund based out of Middle East. That actually showcased the consistent performance that we have delivered, because of which we could win some of the mandates which otherwise some of the fund houses are not won in the country. When we used to go for marketing overseas to global investors, we realized how important other factors related to risk management and risk practices and also the risk adjusted return, which otherwise generally we don't look at it. I'm happy to say that we as a fund house have put the back-end analytical engine with the support of risk management, headed by Ms. Rama Vasantarajan and a team of 5 people in supporting the investment team in their endeavor of delivering consistent performance. In order to increase the visibility of our product and the effective communications, we have done the following. All our equity funds have been clearly mapped in the order of large cap and small cap and so on and so forth. While we are also doing the consolidation of few of our schemes, because we are one of the oldest fund house, and we have taken 2 AMCs in the past, as a result of which we also added a lot of small schemes in our kitty. With all those things being there, with an efforts of consolidation of these schemes, we are also stepping our drive to promote more products over and above from an equity. Bhavdeep, who is head of our business development product, he is taking in these directions quite nicely. Created SMS blast to enrich our partners with relevant information almost on a daily basis. Apart from equity call every month, we also created a con call for our internal team to enrich their knowledge on various sectors that we as a fund house keep investing. The next few minutes will be highlight our initiatives towards expansion of our business, what we are doing actually in terms of expanding our business. While traveling across the country, especially in B15 cities, we realized motivation and knowledge seem to be the area of lacking for known and unknown reasons. Maybe the markets have been tough. The GDP environment has been very, very poor, because of which there has been a somewhat dull scenario what you noticed. And we as a fund house decided to take lead in this space, given the fact we created a separate team to get them executed without getting worried about profitability, impact on market share, and so on and so forth. Mr. K.S. Rao, who is running this initiative from Bangalore, today we run different modules to serve different needs of distributors and markets as follows. One such initiative is Master the Mind. With the help of 5 external speakers, including Swami Sukubananda from Bangalore, we did about 40 events so far. The Manage the Money, with the 3 different underlying themes. One is, of course, equity as an investing, fixed income investing, understanding of accrual products, etc., with the help of Uma Shishikant and 2 of our dedicated trainers, which is internally positioned. And big 15 ideas for B15 market. We coined these words, big 15 ideas, B15 market, especially since the SEBI came with a differentiation between T15 and B15. First and foremost, we are running a series of this program across all our B15 market. Our primary focus in this area to make our partners in this market realize, first and foremost, the market potential. We need to know actually what is the potential of the market. We can of course worry about whether the market is expanding, not expanding, but before that we need to know actually what is the market potential that exists in every market and how they should go about building a customer base. In order to support B15 expansion strategy, we have created market representative model with an approach to build, operate and transfer to the nearest branch location upon reaching certain AUM size. This we have done out of in about 30 locations in the last 6 months. On the investor education front, we conducted so far 55 physical events to increase the awareness of mutual fund. We got reasonably good turnout so far, but we remain committed in reaching out more locations effectively using the kitty that is available in a prudent manner in helping the industry to expand. We also used multimedia and digital platform in promoting mutual fund awareness through various concepts of investing in mutual fund. And few such initiatives I have highlighted on the screen. One of the initiatives which went viral, the day I saw this in the song, rather listened to the songs, when my marketing man told me, I told my colleagues that it will become a collabary of Tamil song, which really happened. The mutual fund song of Balasubramanian ANC had a hit of more than 12 lakhs in a matter of 2 weeks. And it did happen actually clearly our expectations. While continuously working on about 2 initiatives, ground level engagement as well as engagement through media, we came with out of the box thinking, why don't we target 20 lakh customers, especially in a year we are completing 20 years. Another maybe 9 months or so, we will be celebrating our 20 years of existence in the mutual industry. So that's why I think we as senior management team, we thought that should we not aim for 20 lakh investors in 20th year? Yes, definitely it's a tough task, it's an impossible task, but nothing wrong in making an attempt. And I'm sure we can act as a change agent in the years to come in the mutual fund industries as well as for Balasubramanian in terms of increasing our customer base. I would like to end with a small learning from the speech of Martina Navratilova. All of us have only seen her playing badminton, and a woman who has been a successful track record of creating multiple records. I happened to listen to her at our Aditya Birla award function, which was held at Goa just about a few weeks back. This is fresh in my memory. I thought I should use an opportunity to quote this. She dedicated her success to her determination, being resilient, think big, and have winning attitude. With a clear winning attitude and a high level of optimism, I am sure we can bring the most needed change in building our business as we move forward. As Warren Buffett advocates, risk comes from not knowing what you are doing. This comes from not knowing what you are doing. With this powerful thought, let us enjoy the rest of the day, and thank you very much for being here. While I am winding up my speech, let me play what some of the industry leaders, some of you are of course sitting here, and some of you would not have of course come because of some other reasons. Let me play the video what others have to speak about Balasubramanian Mutual Fund. Thank you.